Hi everybody and welcome to another episode. Before I start, I'd just like to encourage everybody to subscribe to this channel, press that like button, press that bell icon so you can be notified when there's a new video being uploaded. Also leave the comments down below and also join our newsletter, which again you can find links down below, and you can get the Sunday Connoisseur every Sunday and you can read it at your leisure over a cup of tea or coffee in the morning times. So without further ado, today I'm going to be talking about spending time with self, and it's one of the most challenging things for a lot of people is being able to spend time with yourself. And why is it so challenging for so many people? Because you learn to sort of hear your own thoughts, how you feel about things, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your life that you're living. And for a lot of people nowadays, it's something that is extremely hard and difficult. And you may think, why is that so difficult? Because you're hearing what you really are thinking and feeling, and the emotions that go along with it. It can be sometimes very hard and very difficult. And sitting down in peace and quiet, or you may have some light music in the background, but basically if you try it just for half an hour, right, you may be surprised what you may find out about yourself. But again, it's a challenging thing because our life nowadays is filled with so much distraction, so much things that we think that needs our attention, and we are quickly running here, there and everywhere, and we're not having that time in the day to just to stop. And I mean to stop and to just to reflect on things. Now, a lot of our jobs nowadays, you haven't got time to do anything like that. So the weekends is normally where people find that time to take a deep breath. But even in that time on the weekends, it's filled with activities, it's filled with things that you have to do with family and friends and all the responsibilities that you may have. And so things are lost. The details are lost about who you are. And every now and again, you may have the opportunity to find out who you are. Spending time with yourself. And sometimes these come at the most, not always the best times in life. And it could be due to an illness. You might have been injured in a work-related accident, or just out and about and something happened to you. And so you're spending time with yourself. And for some people this can be one of the most hardest things they ever have to do, because they're having to spend time listening to their own thoughts. And when they start to listen to their own thoughts, they realize that a lot of their thoughts are toxic. It's full of things that are not important. You're thinking about things that it doesn't add any value to your life. And so you are consumed with all these thoughts, images, that you realize is sucking the life out of you. You have no enjoyment in life. You may suddenly realize that, why am I doing a job I don't even enjoy? It pays the bills, but that's not where I want to be, what I want to be doing. And so a lot of people become stuck in a situation and thinking, what do I do? And the more they spend time listening to themselves, it can be frightening, because sometimes you think, oh, I'm not a very nice person. Or you may think, oh, I'm nice, but in fact I'm too nice, because I'm finding that people have been taking advantage of me. I'm coming with all the ideas, but I'm not getting any feedback. I'm not getting any praise or recognition for the work that I'm doing. All these things will start to come to the surface. or you realize that you're in a relationship that is toxic to you. You've been drained. But now you have time to sit back and reflect and go, you know what? There has to be some kind of change. And so you start to think that, you know, I need to find a way out of this. But you're thinking, but if I do go, then these things, these people are going to be affected. Do I stay or what? All these things come to the surface. And it's important that you have this conversation with yourself. Now, it's important that you spend time with yourself, because yourself, the real you, will always give you the best solution. It will always point you in the right direction. It may not be easy, but the solution will always be right. And this is where the more time you spend with yourself, the more you start to trust yourself. You start to believe in yourself. You understand yourself. You understand why you do things. You understand why you say things at times. You know, something may suddenly just blurt out of your mouth in a crowd, and you look embarrassed, you know, and people start looking and say, well, that's a bit unusual for you to say that. But later on, you realise what you said was correct. But in that moment in time, when your guard was down, your true self saw an opportunity and took it and said what needed to be said. And you realise, wow, that didn't go as bad as I thought it did. And you felt good. Inside, you think, oh yeah, that felt good. But all of a sudden, some other distraction comes along and you lose that train of thought until another opportunity comes. And that's why I just like to encourage you, find the time and the space that you need. You know, find the people that can be of help to you. You know, that can bring out the true, the best part of you. And the worst, you need to know both. And this is another thing that people like to avoid. They think, well, I must only just look at the good. No, you need to look at the bad as well, if I can put it that way. You need both sides to understand the complete you. By understanding the good side and the bad side, you have a better picture. Because you start to know and realise there's certain things that will trigger you. You know, it could be somebody's voice, how somebody explains something to you. You may go, no, I can't go for another hour of this. You know, you go, no. You will tell the person, look, tell me in 5 minutes or don't tell me at all. I can't go for an hour of you talking about something that is not really relevant to me. Give me in 5 minutes. You know, so that's why, you know, you'll find some people, a lot of business people, will ask you, get to the main point, get to it fast, because they don't want to be bogged down with people who may not be enhancing their life for that day. Let's put it that way. But it's important that you are prepared to spend time with yourself. And some of the most easiest things that you need to be doing is find a way to record your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings, your emotions, whether that's by video, by you writing it down, journaling. You know, find a way that you can record how you are feeling, and something that you can refer back to. You can go, oh yeah, I know why I have been doing these things, because I have a record, and it gives you a clue of your most inner thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. You know, you meet a person, you go, yeah, I know why I feel this way about this person, because it reminds me of something or somebody. So now I know what to do and how to handle the situation. You know, and the more you do it, spending time with yourself, you start to grow a and understanding, appreciation of who you are. You have so much more to give, and you realize that you have so much more to give and to share with people. And this is so important for your growth mentally, spiritually. You find your true footing, and you realize you may give yourself half an hour at first. You will soon realize that an hour, 2 hours has gone by. You've gone into a zone where like time no longer exists, because you're so amazed of the ideas, the thoughts, the feelings that you have, and you are just amazed that you've got all these ideas bubbling, and thoughts and feelings bubbling under the surface, which you didn't realize. But all these things that I've mentioned, you may not find or realize because distractions. And that's why you have to be deliberate in what you're doing. You have to be deliberate in making that time for yourself. Whether you've got family responsibilities, business responsibilities, carve out that time, barricade it, right? And make sure you give yourself that time. Whether it's half an hour at first, and you can expand it as things grow and develop. But be prepared. That's the thing, you must be prepared, because you may start to, you may start to realize that there's things that you may not be wanting to face by yourself. And if that's the case, find help, find support that will be there for you to help you through that period of time that where you are examining things, you're looking at things at an in-depth level. Because your mind, your subconscious will always bring out things. And it's going to be in a way that you may not fully understand, because the language of your subconscious is a very interesting language. It's a language of thoughts, images, emotions, feelings. Your body will react to things, and sometimes you may not even have the words, but your body will be trying to tell you in various ways. You may suddenly start to feel very hot, very sweaty. You may feel cold towards a situation. You may have these strong images, feelings, emotions about something, and then you may have images of complete peace, wonderful things may start to flow. Look at these things, understand them, spend time looking at them. And that's why I encourage you to find some way to record what you're going through. Ask yourself questions, which is so important. And this is an art that so many of us have lost. And you need to be able to ask yourself questions and allow those questions to remain with you, to sink with you, to marinate with yourself, and then allow the answers to come. Because the answers will come. If you ask yourself a question, the answers will come. And it may not necessarily come in the way that you expect it to be. It may not be a very clear verbal. It may be images, it may be emotions, it may be something you may be watching on TV, and all of a sudden you see the answer there. You could be watching a movie and you see the answer in that movie. It could be a book, it could be something you see walking out about, but the answer will come. And that's why you've got to spend time with yourself, and especially in this day and age. There's so much distraction, so much, but you've got to spend that time. And the more that you do, you'll be amazed of what you can do and accomplish, and the changes that will start to take place. Because the more you are spending time with yourself will start to make some adjustments. And sometimes you do things and you can't quite understand why you did it. Or you may have an idea, suddenly a flash of inspiration, and suddenly you write it all down. For some reason you just got to write it down. You write it all down, and then you look at it and you go, wow, I didn't realise I had that all in me. You know, something that you wouldn't normally thought of, it's there. Complete. Everything is there. You know exactly what to do. So I encourage you, be daring. Be daring. Spend that time. If it's at the weekend, spend that time. Carve out a little bit of time to be with yourself. You know. So you start to feel, start to understand who you are. It's so important. You know, these are some of the most basic things that you can do, and that will reward you so much down the years to come. So, I hope this video has been a help to you. Again, if you like any help, again, use the links down below. Free consultation, and you'll find it after that free consultation that it will be of massive help to you, whether you choose to go on or not. So, newsletters linked down below as well. So, until next time, take care now. Bye bye.